The Call of the Wild was one of my anticipated movies of the year, and it unfortunately was one of the movies that I didn't get a chance to see early on in the year, but the Blu-ray just came out, so now it's a good time to talk about it. Even though I don't have any memory reading the book when I was younger, I was still pretty excited to see this movie because the trailers looked really good. I love Harrison Ford. He's like top 3 favorite actors of all time for me, and I love dogs. I'm a big dog person, so of course I was excited to see this movie. This looked like this would be my type of movie to watch. And very similar to my last review, Birds of Prey, I was able to absorb everyone else's opinion on the movie to kind of get a taste of what everyone was saying about the movie, and I was pretty baffled that a lot of people were basing their opinion on this movie just on the fact that the animals in this movie are CGI. Like, that's the majority of the reviews that I've seen, but when this movie first came out, everyone was talking about how they didn't like this movie because they used CGI animals. Why didn't they use real animals? This movie was a disappointment because they used CGI animals. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, they use CGI animals in the movie, but what else? What else do you have to mention about the movie? You get what I'm saying? So I don't want my review to be like that. I want to talk about the movie itself. Yes, the dog in the movie is CGI. The rest of the animals are CGI. At first, the CGI bugged me a little bit, but for me, it got better over time. That's all I'm going to mention about it. The rest of the movie, I really enjoyed. I really, really enjoyed this movie. So the obvious one for me is Harrison Ford. He's phenomenal in this movie. I would put this performance in this movie up there with like Han Solo, Indiana Jones, and Deckard from Blade Runner as some of his best performances. He is so good in this movie. He handles all the emotional stuff very well. And surprisingly, even though the dog is CGI, he has a good relationship with the dog. And he had some very funny moments and some very emotional moments, and it's handled all well in this movie. I also like the outdoors in this movie. I don't know if it was green screened or not. I haven't really looked into the making of this movie, but I thought it was very well shot and very well presented. It looked bright and colorful. That's another thing I was happy to see. I was happy to see that this movie wasn't like drained of color and, very dark. There are some nighttime moments in it where it is very dark, but it's still kind of colorful. And I'm glad this movie had a good mixture of warm colors as well as cold colors. It all blended in very well, and in my opinion, it was shot very well too. I was also surprised to see that this movie had a lot of humor in it, and it's actually a pretty funny movie. Harrison Ford, I mentioned earlier, he has a lot of funny moments. The dog, the main dog, Buck, Buck, he has some funny moments in it. The Buck's owner before Harrison Ford had a few funny moments in it, and it was refreshing to see that. I thought this was going to be a very emotional and adventurous movie, but I was surprised to see that it had some good humor in it, and a lot of it worked. I was also surprised and honestly a little disappointed to see that this movie is only 90 minutes long. By the time the movie ended, I wanted a little bit more from it. It's not that it ended poorly. It had a good ending to it, and I was happy with the ending. It's just that with the stuff with Harrison Ford and the dog, Buck, I felt like they had more in it, but they took some of it out. And because of that, the stuff with Harrison Ford and the dog, it kind of feels like that's like the last half of the movie. It's the halfway to the end point of the movie. I felt like there might have been some more. I don't know, like I said, because I didn't look up the making of this movie, but I was a little let down to see that this is only a 90-minute movie. But even though it is only 90 minutes long, it's a movie that I can say I will definitely watch more. I do really like this movie. I had a really fun time with it. Harrison Ford is excellent in the movie. I love the look of the movie. I like that it's bright and colorful in parts. And the CGI animals, it didn't bother me after a while. It bothered me a little bit in the beginning, but it got better over time. I don't think it's right to base your opinion of this movie just on that aspect alone. There's a whole 90-minute movie to talk about besides that. And yeah, that's my honest truth. I enjoyed this movie. The CGI animals did bug me at first, but it got a little better as the movie went along. The rest of the movie I thought was very excellent, and I would definitely recommend watching this. I would say The Call of the Wild is a Blu-ray purchase. The Blu-ray came out last week. I'm a little late reviewing this, but it came out last week. It is available to pick up. I do recommend seeing the movie, especially if you're a dog lover. So let me know in the comment section what you guys thought of The Call of the Wild. Did the CGI animals bug you? If so, if not, let me know in the comment section. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Look forward to a review of Onward. I just picked up that movie on Blu-ray. And I plan on doing another Blu-ray update video. I'm still waiting for a few things to come in the mail that I ordered, but I'll get that out there as soon as I can. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe right here if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time.